wanted to share with you guys a lesson I learned, what I learned yesterday, and it's about respecting authority, respecting the rules, and in turn, when we respect the rules and the authority that is placed over our lives, our children learn to respect us more. And how I came about this revelation is the past couple of days, things have been changing. Rules have been changed concerning my kids' schedule, school schedules, my work schedule, just different things going on in our lives that has caused us to rearrange a couple of things, change a couple of things. The first thing that happened is at our son and daughter high school, they implemented a new thing where they said that if my daughter was late one more time, that she would be put in afternoon sessions. So right now, they go to a high school where they're only in the building 4 hours out of the day, and then they go home and they can do the rest of their work online. Well, they want the children to get the most out of their time in the classroom, in a school setting, so they want them there on time. So of course, was time management challenged, so they would be late frequently. So then that had the counselor, the success coach, give me a call and let me know that the new rule is if they are late twice in that 1 week, then they were going to move her to afternoon classes, which would not work. So at first I'm like, okay, I can make this happen, we can get it done. So all of my kids have to be to school at 8 o'clock. And the difference is mileage. The way that is set up, I could drop the older kids off first, the youngest kid, and then hit work. That's how it can work out. And it works out because it's a full circle. Well, when I first got the letter from my daughter's school, of course I complained. I'm like, well, I got kids that are in two different, regions of Michigan, and how am I going to get them to school? Basically, blah, 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 making up excuses. So I focused more on getting them to school, and so getting them to school on time. But my youngest child, his attendance suffered. He would get to school 8:15, 8:30 sometimes, even though he was supposed to be there at 8 o'clock. I received a letter from his principal, maybe not even a week later. A couple of days later, I received a letter from his principal stating that if he's been late, tardy 18 days out of the month, and that if he does not start to come to school on time, that the principal will have to report it. There will be prosecution because it's neglect, blah, blah, blah. That's the rules out here. So, of course, I'm heated. I'm angry because I'm like, that is stupid. How is it neglect? My son's grades are not being affected. He's an A and B student. He's a good kid. He never get in trouble. How is his tardiness affecting him in any way? And so I'm going off. I'm angry. And I'm like, and they don't understand that I got kids in separate schools. And I got to go from this area to that area. And how am I going to get stuff on time? So I poured off. After I calmed down, I realized, okay, so now I got to rearrange some stuff. I got to change some stuff. I got to do some stuff differently. So now I'm angry. Then, yesterday, My husband, who was never late to anything, especially not to work, something happened, I don't know, and my husband ended up being late for work. That's a no-no. That's a giant no-no. With him, it's just not even acceptable, not even in a little bit. Something had to give. Something had to change. So I had to look at what was going on with me. And at first, after I yelled about it, complained about it, I really didn't give it much thought because, I mean, it was everybody else's fault, but I couldn't get it together. It was just stupid. Then my youngest son's school had a meeting, a community meeting at school, and they had changed their rules. And the rules were that now they had to be at school on time at 8:01. They would be considered late, and the doors would be locked, and the parents would have to bring them inside of the school and sign them in. And my son immediately started going off. That's just stupid. My mom can't get us to school on time. She has other kids she got to take to school. La 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 la. And watching him speak my words hit me hard. And it made me realize what I was doing, how I was setting them up for failure, because I did not want to respect the authority that was given, the rules. I didn't want to change what I was doing because I was comfortable doing what I was doing. I was comfortable, being late. And I realized that I was showing my kids that it is okay to be late, that it's okay to not follow the rules and regulations that other people set. And in that, I was continuing a generational flaw. To this day, my mom can't be on time for anything. Like, it's literally so bad that at family gatherings, they don't allow her to do macaroni and cheese anymore because it's a running joke that we won't eat macaroni and cheese but for dessert. So we never expect her to be on time. So it's like I picked up on that, and not only am I doing it, I'm showing my kids that it's okay for them to do it, and that's not right. So when I heard him say that, I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I teaching him? Am I teaching him the right thing? Am I teaching him that it's okay to be late? If I am teaching him that it's okay to not respect somebody else's authority, am I teaching him not to respect my authority? Am I teaching him that it's okay to rebel? It's okay to undermine somebody's, rules and regulations? And I had to say, okay, Mignon, it's time for you to do a self-check. What can you do to improve you so that your children who are watching you, who hear you, who is doing everything you're doing, you can say, do what I say and not what I do? No. Kids don't do that. They do what you do and not what you say. You can speak till you're blue in the face, but if they see you doing something that you say and not do, why would they not do it? You doing it. So, okay, it must be okay. So I'm like, okay, I have to change me. I have to change what I'm doing, because if I don't, it's going to affect their lives. It's going to ruin their lives. So I had to look at what I was doing in my daily routine so that I could change some stuff. So now I set my alarm to get up earlier. I set my clock to get up at 5 a.m. instead of 5:20, so I can get dressed, get ready while my husband, right after my husband, and possibly fix him some breakfast so he won't be hungry in the morning. So that's a bonus too. Then drop him off, come back home, have their breakfast ready for when they wake up. All I have to do is put on my face if I decide to wear makeup for the day, fix my hair, and then we're out early. And also, even though it's a minor inconvenience, I drop my youngest son, Lucas, off first because his school is closer. Then I drop off the other two and just have to go a roundabout back to get to work. And I still get to work on time or early. And if I keep doing this, and my kids, if I'm trying to better myself, and I'm trying to teach my kids to better themselves so that they won't have as many struggles as I did when I was younger or when I got older. And that's what we're supposed to be doing, right? That's what we're supposed to be. Our children are supposed to do better than we did. And if I don't catch it now, if I don't face it now, if I don't do something now, then that's something that they'll have to struggle with later, because they'll see, okay, it's okay, and it's not. So I encourage you, be mindful of what you're doing in front of your children, because your bad habits will become their bad habits, and what you struggle with, they'll struggle with. And ask yourself, if what you're doing is not benefiting you and you want better for your children, what is it that you can change? Is it worth your children failing in their future? Make some changes. I am Mrs. Mignon T. Padilla, and I am fearlessly flawed. I want to say what I want with no apologies. Excuse me if I'm gonna say what